So today we're going to be talking about a new strategy game that's coming out. It caught my eye, and I think this is a really cool potential game that I think you guys would enjoy. It's being published by Slytherin, which they're famous for strategy games and more on the lower budget strategy games. Some really good, some okay. This one looks really interesting because it's called Bolt Action, and if you know anything about tabletop wargaming, Bolt Action is a World War II tabletop game. And so they're going to take that and turn it into a video game that's more accessible, it's easy to set up, but they're going to keep it so the rules are authentic to the game. I think obviously they're going to have some animations and sound effects and everything, but they are, and the reason this has piqued my interest is because I've always wanted to get into tabletop. There's actually the town nearby, they have like a nerd tabletop kind of thing. It's probably mostly Warhammer. I'm more of the historical side. I think I could enjoy Warhammer, but I'd probably want to start with like a World War II. I think World War II is just perfect for a tabletop because I love the drastically different style of units like tanks, infantry, SMG, machine guns, mortars. You kind of mix that all together with the squad-based combat. I think that works so well for a tabletop, compared to like a Napoleonic tabletop and stuff, which I think are still fun. I just would prefer World War II. Anyways, what am I even saying? Oh, I want to get into it. There is another one called Crossfire, which is another style of tabletop, World War II tabletop. Very simple. I was actually introduced to Crossfire by Armchair Historian. I think he plays it on his free time. But yeah, I like both. Bolt Action is a little bit heavier on the rules. Crossfire, there's no measuring. Bolt Action, there is measuring. And we'll kind of go over, everything about Bolt Action. If you've never seen any gameplay, you don't know any rules. So I linked in the video description a quick 10-minute video from Mini Wargaming. They do a lot of tabletop. They have a 10-minute breakdown of the basic rules. It's not all the rules, but if you're trying to get a better understanding of how the basics work, check that out. Of course, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube, so you could probably get the entire set of rules so you have a better understanding of the game. But it's a little more complicated compared to Crossfire. There is measuring, there's running, there's all kinds of different dice rule, pinning down the enemy, that kind of stuff. So it is a little bit more beefy in terms of the rules, but I don't think it's too complicated. I think it'll be easy to pick up. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because I have, there's no announcement date for this game, so I don't know when it's coming out, but I have been itching for a tabletop experience, and through the tabletop simulator, we could, as a community, this would be pretty cool, we could host our own tabletop games and play Bolt Action. It's really easy. There's like mods and everything. You just load in the characters and you have the rule set and you just play. And we could set up our own Bolt Action and Crossfire games. If that's something you would be interested in, be sure to join my Discord. I would love to live stream these events and then break them down and edit the event into a fun video where we kind of go over the moves and the dice rolls, and I can splice in our reaction to like a really good dice roll or really bad or whatever. I think that would be a lot of fun if you would want to take part in that. So let's look at the Bolt Action dev diary. This is the very first dev diary, so you can imagine that I don't know how far away this game is, but it's probably got a little bit of time here. But they want mechanics authentic to Bolt Action. So they use a fire, advance, run, ambush, rally, and down system. So every time it's your turn and you're moving a unit or you're using a unit, these are all the different options you can do with those units. So you have fire, which you don't move from your position, and it's optimal shooting, so you get to use the most dice. Or you can advance, where you can move them kind of like halfway max of what they could potentially fully go, but there is a penalty to fire, so like you would have to take like a dice away. Then you have run, which is double movement, no firing, so that's the payoff, is like you can go really far, but you can't fire. You have ambush, which is kind of like Overwatch, you don't fire, it's a reactive fire. And then you have rally, where you cleanse enemy pins. Basically, it removes a negative. When the enemy's like pinning you down, you can remove it. And then down, which is reduced chance of hit. So that's kind of like just bunkering down. Very similar to a lot of turn-based games. A lot of World War II turn-based games. So yeah, they have suppression, pin, orders, and morale. These are things that can get a little complicated, not so much, but it's a lot of things that you have to kind of keep up with. I can imagine in Bolt Action, the video game, they're going to handle all of that. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to calculate it, which is not inherently bad, but this is going to be a fun game that I think you can just jump in, even if you don't really know the rules. You kind of learn as you play, and the game kind of handles it for you. Then you have penetration, armor, and facing. So that's really interesting. I didn't know facing plays. Did we calculate front, side, rear, and top armor? Hitting an open-topped armored vehicle with a mortar remains a viable and satisfying tactic. I don't know. Again, I've never played Bolt Action, so I don't know if that's true in the actual game, which will be interesting. If you guys played Bolt Action, let me know. But it would be interesting to see if that actually is an effect in the game. I know penetration does play into effect. If you have like an AT round or 18, like a, anti-tank weapon, I think you roll a couple times. Like, I think you roll, and if you do hit, you break the armor, and then you roll again to see how much damage you could do. You could just stun. You could utterly obliterate, like you hit the ammo rounds or something. I don't know. But that is cool that they have, these different values that are gonna go into effect. You have different rounds. You have a high explosive. You have direct and indirect fire. So modes of fire. Some units can have different fire modes. Howitzers can do direct or indirect fire. That's pretty cool. Again, I don't know. I wish I knew more about the game in terms of how this translates. Again, let me know in the comments below if you've played this game a bit, the tabletop, and this is on par of what you can do in the tabletop. You have platoon, point costs, and experience levels. That I know for sure. So you can have inexperienced, regular, and veteran. And the effects, their health points, morale, and evasion. I know in the tabletop, I think when you have more of a veteran unit, they don't break as easy. They're harder to pin down, if I'm not mistaken. Platoon variety, that's kind of cool. You can mix and match, I guess, is the different. Oh yeah, love engineers and flamethrowers, nice. Squad loadouts and customization. This is really cool. Obviously, it's a tabletop, so you want to have the ability to customize your army and try different strategies, different combos. Just like a normal tabletop, you want to build your own army. And they've got a little road ahead. There we go. We're building a game for the person with 5 unpainted armies sitting on their shelf, but also for the strategy fan who wants a World War II game with complex rules and deep gameplay. This is just the beginning. Over the next few diaries, we'll dive into how your favorite mechanics have been adapted, everything from order, dice economy, and pins and morale systems. So this is really cool. I hope that they listen to the community. And again, if you guys have any concerns or questions, maybe they'll see this video. I can't promise anything. I'm just making the video. They sent me an email with this dev diary and I was like, yo, this looks pretty cool. And it is a way to promote potentially doing streams of tabletop, of playing. I don't know. There's something really cool about it's not like a programmed video game. It's cool to just hop on a tabletop and play, especially in real life, not just a simulator, but just kind of hanging out face to face with people and gathering and socializing and having a fun war strategy game. So I've kind of been itching for it. I might even go to that nearby kind of nerd shop. I forgot what it's called, but we'll see. I would definitely, if I really enjoy this, I would even think about getting an army and just, doing the whole nerd thing of painting it and building an army and trying to host a club or something. But let me know in the comments below what you think of Bolt Action. And again, also let me know if you're interested in doing like live streams of Tabletop Simulator where we could play Bolt Action. I probably need someone who's an expert who can kind of wrangle the noobs, I should say, and help us understand the game. And we can also dive into Crossfire as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Just a quick one. Just wanted to promote this. Oh, and be sure to wishlist the game, guys. Wishlist Bolt Action on Steam if this is something that you're interested in. This is, again, an easy, free way to support the game is by wishlisting it. So that will all be linked in the video description. So that's it for me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you in the next one.